The featured company is a paid client of Proactive Group Holdings, and this recording is disseminated by Proactive on its behalf.
You've got a whole ecosystem of potential off-takers as well. So part of our production will be a byproduct of extreme fines, so ultra fines of graphite. In that, you've got a refractory industry, you've got an oil and gas industry that are heavy users of graphite type products, which also gives us the ability then to grow our business in the region.
Hello, you're watching Proactive. I'm joined by Hanré Rossouw. He is the President and CEO of NextSource Materials. Hanré, very good to speak with you. You hosted a site visit at your Abu Dhabi facility at the end of November, including potential financing partners. So really a continuation of the progress you've been showing. What were the key takeaways from the visit?
Thanks, Stephen, and thanks for the opportunity to share a bit of an update today. We were excited by very good attendance. We've had a combination of local and international investors keen to progress further due diligence at the site. So we were able to share more updates around progress on the engineering and design, and also have the opportunity to take people to our existing property and maybe just to stress the importance for us in securing that property is the fact that we've got an already constructed warehouse, which really makes this not a construction project, but an installation project, and significantly shortens the timeline of delivery. And that was a great opportunity for us to share that with potential investors.
Hanré, what concrete milestones must be met next to secure final stage funding, and how confident are you in delivering first production by the fourth quarter of 2026?
Stephen, so a key part is then the completion of the engineering design. So a great aspect of the site visit was the ability to share already the work in progress with the investors. So we had groups of people walking around site, and they were able to, with their phones, see the 3D modeling already of the equipment being installed on site. So still just a virtual glimpse of what is now in the final stages of getting completed. And that's an important bit of work that will then inform also the finalization of the funding. So the funding for us and the completion of the engineering design are the two critical milestones in the next 2 to 3 months.
You've secured a multi-year offtake with Mitsubishi Chemical for 9,000 tons a year. How quickly do you expect to contract the remaining capacity of the facility, and what's the status of additional offtake negotiations?
Yeah, no, I think that's an important component also, Stephen, that we are engaging in parallel. So maybe just a reminder, the first phase of the construction, and we've got 2 phases of this development. The first phase will have 14,000 tons of capacity. So we've already secured 9,000 tons through this key contract with Mitsubishi, and I think that's important given that underpins the economics already. The other 5,000 tons, we're in advanced discussions to not only get that, but also another 16,000 tons in the second phase. So ultimately what that could mean is that the first phase is not only 14,000 tons, but that we could make that first phase a bit bigger. The great thing about, and just coming back to this building, is the complete building is 60,000 square meters. That's about 12 rugby fields, to put it in context. But that gives us the full footprint for the first 2 phases. So we don't need additional space. We can install and adjust the phasing according to the offtakes that we're busy securing now.
Hanré, you've highlighted expedited permitting and world-class infrastructure in the UAE. From an investor perspective, what specific cost or schedule advantages does the industrial city of Abu Dhabi location provide compared with other jurisdictions?
No, a key part of our site visit, actually, Stephen, was the representation by the Abu Dhabi Investment Office also to unpack all these advantages. I think, as you mentioned, not only do we have world-class logistics, but in the industrial city of Abu Dhabi, which is a dedicated region that is specifically outlined for industrial production, that gives you the ability for pre-permitted construction. So to the extent that the region or the district that we're located is already permitted for heavy industry, there is what they call a civil defense permit, which is your effective permit to operate, that's only required after construction. And I think that's a key differentiator in this instance where we are building and picked the UAE and specifically Abu Dhabi for the construction. Additionally to that, you've got a whole ecosystem of potential off-takers as well. So part of our production will be a byproduct of extreme fines, so ultra fines of graphite. In that, you've got a refractory industry, you've got an oil and gas industry that are heavy users of graphite type products, which also gives us the ability then to grow our business in the region.
You describe the facility as a cornerstone of your global vertical integration strategy. What are the next steps that are going to position you for long-term market share outside of Asia, Hanré?
Yeah, so I think important, Stephen, first for us to focus on getting this one delivered. The important aspect of the vertical integration is the fact that we've got then the Molo mine to effectively then also provide the feedstock to this facility. I think important for us from a risk mitigation perspective, we're also testing third-party feedstock. So we've got the ability to right-size Molo then according to the ultimate size of this facility, but also with the risk mitigation of having other feedstock available. I think that's important in a world where China absolutely dominates the graphite supply chain. They do nearly 100% of the midstream processing is done in China. We have a significant first mover advantage to establish this world-class facility outside of China.
Hanré, I hope you continue to keep us updated with your progress. Thank you very much for taking the time today.
Thank you very much.
Hanré Rossouw is President and CEO of NextSource Materials.
The featured company is a paid client of Proactive Group Holdings, and this recording is disseminated by Proactive on its behalf. It is for informational purposes only and does not constitute investment advice, an offer, or a solicitation to buy or sell any securities. Viewers should conduct their own research and consult a qualified financial advisor before making investment decisions. The views expressed are those of the speaker and do not necessarily reflect those of Proactive Group Holdings, trading as Proactive Investors, or its affiliates. No responsibility is accepted for any loss arising from reliance on the information presented.